866-766-1079.
You start this time of year, we're talking about raising Christmas spirit.
Right.
If you have been personally touched by some sort of Christmas spirit, someone shared something with you, someone did something nice for you recently, we want to hear from you. I want to hear these stories because sometimes they're touching, sometimes they're just hilarious. It could be a little something. Our number 766-1079. How have you personally experienced Christmas spirit so far? Gavin, your wife.
I think this story's pretty funny. Okay?
I heard part of this, and what I heard was amazing.
Right. Now, my wife, remember, she's 6 months pregnant, okay? She was driving somewhere, and she got pulled over by a cop. She was pulled over for speeding. We don't drive like bitches, okay?
That's what
We own the road, all right?
Okay.
So she gets pulled over, and the cop comes around the corner. Stacy, who doesn't need an excuse to cry at this point of her pregnancy, just starts like really just sending it off the walls of that car.
She's not a crier when she gets pulled over usually?
No.
Okay.
No. And the cop comes over and he's talking to her, do you know why I pulled you over and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I don't know. And he goes, hold on a second. And he walks away, and he comes back. And I guess while he walked away, Stacy was crying so loud that he could still hear her outside the car.
Oh,
so
my God.
He comes back, and he goes, listen, I almost always give tickets to crying women. But a crying pregnant woman right before Christmas, I just can't do.
Oh.
And he crumbled up the ticket, and he gave her a warning. And Stacy goes, thank you. I just bought a Christmas present. Merry Christmas.
That's awesome. I wish you had the officer's name. He deserves a shout-out.
He does deserve a shout-out, Mr. So-and-so.
Mr. Officer Holly Jolly.
Bless his heart.
Officer Holly Jolly? Sounds like it's from the Frosty special or something, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, like he's the sheriff of the town.
Yeah.
Debbie. Oh, hang on a second. Debbie, good morning.
Good morning.
Debbie,
how are you?
Good. First of all, early Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
How have you personally been touched by Christmas spirit?
My bank does a drive for the Sacramento Children's Home, and my daughter works for a low-income school, and her kids saw her looking at the stars that she picked to buy gifts for these kids. And they said, what are you doing? And she said, I'm buying gifts for kids who don't have a lot of stuff. Well, the next day she came to work, and her kids brought gifts for these kids.
Oh my gosh.
Did you hear the story about what's going on in at the certain Kmart's?
Yes,
I know. It was in the news.
Amazing savings?
No. People have been showing up randomly to Kmart's and anonymously paying off anything on layaway that's delinquent.
Really?
You're kidding.
Isn't that cool?
Oh,
That's really
that
sweet.
gives me chills.
Yeah.
Melissa is up next. Melissa, how have you seen somebody? Have you seen somebody sharing Christmas spirit with you early?
Yeah, I'm 5 months pregnant, and my original car totally broke down, would never start in the mornings, and somebody just gave me a 2003 Honda Element. I didn't have to pay a dime. They just gave it to me.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Right.
I'm driving it right now, and I'm so super happy.
Did you steal it?
Well, hang on.
She didn't steal it.
That's not what I was going to ask. My question to you was, did the person who gave it to you say, this is your car, and then run away, and then seconds later did police sirens and cars drive by? Like,
you're driving a hot car.
Is it possible?
No, but he did just drop it off and run back to Half Moon Bay.
That sounds almost made up. But that's awesome. That's the kind of Christmas spirit I love.
Holy cow.
Hey, by the way, you've heard the phrase pay it forward, right? Because I could use a new car.
Well, I did. I actually gave the one that wouldn't start in the morning away, and I guess that person's working on getting it started and running for them. So.
There you go.
That's wonderful.
We got a bunch of messages at Facebook.com/1079 in the end. Brianna wrote in. She said, we had an elderly lady come by our house and sing, and I cried tears of joy.
Oh, my God.
It sounded like nothing else I've ever heard. She came back the next day with her dog, who barked jingle bells.
What? Who? Is it Mrs. Claus?
We never saw her again. She says so I believe it was an angel.
Okay, well, that was a little crazy.
No, that's not crazy. That's sweet.
Christmas spirit came to my house when I opened the door, and there was a live snowman just standing there, and he wanted me to go play with him.
He was anatomically correct.
Okay.
So I did.
Okay.
I played with the snowman. I think it was an angel.
Christmas spirit, good drugs. We'll never know.
Okay.
Can't they be both?
Stop.
Wake up call. On 107.9